No, I'm just kidding.
I'm doing the best I ever do. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. This is level 254. Sorry we have no live show for you this week. We've had all kinds of fun stuff coming up. This, of course, is Big L, and some of the usual people are either on vacation or sick. So I had to beg and plead someone to join me this week. And in the back corner of the room, someone sheepishly raised his hand, and it is X the hero.
Yeah, man, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel this week. How could I possibly compete with Casper the Ghost and a talking moose? I stand no chance.
That is very true, but you'll do, pig. You'll do. That'll do.
Yeah, and also
Well,
usually
thank you for
it's
joining me
like,
this week.
oh yeah, I was gonna steal your thunder and be like, usually we also introduce a third person, but there actually is no third person. It's just me and Elle. Which this is the first thing that you and I have ever recorded. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We could serenade each other.
That'd be so romantic.
Or we can talk about video games.
But it is an achievement podcast, so we should probably do your option.
I had Taco Bell today. That's a good food. Good achievement thing.
I mean, eating Taco
There's a
Bell
lot of talking food and drink
and
today.
not getting sick is an achievement, according to some.
Who says I didn't get sick?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. It sounds like shoot.
See, that's where Kenny would have been like, in the background. Maybe we can just, like, insert a Kenny laugh track at our failed attempts at humor.
We'll be hearing too much of Kenny's laughs, his fake laughs. Well, today is a crazy day. There was orange sky today. We don't usually talk about real world stuff, but it was crazy here in the Northeast.
Yeah, you're rather far from me, all things considered, but like on a global scale, we're not that far apart in Southeast PA and Long Island. I just wanted to say it with the G attached there. But yeah, it's like
that's perfect.
Pretty crazy. You had orange, we had like off-white dark yellow.
That's like the worst Coldplay song, dude. Unbelievable.
And the whole outside smells like campfire. It's actually pleasant, if not for the, existential terror that comes with these wildfires.
Yeah, if you look at the maps, where we're only in the mildly hazardous to our health section.
Oh, where
some people are.
I was straight up in the deep purple, do not go outside today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had it bad.
All right, well, I hope everyone did okay with that.
I haven't heard of anything catastrophic, and no one I know has been affected negatively, but there was like a haze in our kitchen. Like you could see the smoke coming down from the lights. It was crazy.
It was fun on Facebook today. There were some people at like in the middle of the afternoon. They're like, is there a fire in town? Like, hello? Do you turn on the news?
Yeah, well, speaking of
people
fire,
crazy.
Fire makes me think of rage, and rage makes me think of quitting. So, time for our question
of
the week. Ooh, well, I was actually going to save that.
You're in charge.
Now you're stealing my thunder.
You're in charge.
Like it.
So you're in charge.
Yeah. So our question of the week comes from the one and only Hawkeye, not that Hawkeye, but our non-copyright Hawkeye. What is the last game that made you rage quit, and why? So, I was going to open this up by talking about a real life rage quit. I resigned from teaching a week ago by the time you hear this, and
whoa,
I don't know what the future holds, but I am no longer X the teacher. I am unemployed X for the moment. I will get some paychecks through the summer, and then hopefully I have something lined up for September. But I rage quit that job, and I feel damn good about it.
Good, good. I want you to be happy, and you sound happy
I
that
am
you did that.
happy. And everyone's like, but what about money? And without,
Oh,
I
right.
could stock shelves at Target and make more money than I did teaching. So I'm not too worried about the money.
Wow.
Yeah. But as to the nature of the question, a game that made me rage quit, not the game of life. I'm going to start with a actually mine are both frustrating. I guess that's sort of the nature of rage quitting, right? But I'll start with one that is very near and dear to my heart. So Street Fighter 6. Uh, I'm I'm good at fighting games. That's not a pompous statement. I'm just good at fighting games. I like them. I enjoy them. And yet, it's been proven time and time again that I just can't do various things that people who are not good at fighting games seem to have no problem doing, such as ultra difficult bosses and whatnot, and blah 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 blah. But anyway,
Mm.
yeah, Street Fighter 6. Have you played it by chance? I mean, it just came out, so
I mean, I played Street Fighter 2 a lot.
any
Is that
of the
like
other ones in
is
between?
that like the same I mean, as far as I'm concerned, 3, 4, and 5 never happened. It was just the 74 variations of 2 were enough to tide me over from like age 12 to age 22. So I did play 4. 4 wasn't
That was
bad.
going to be my follow-up question, actually. So,
Yeah,
okay, so
yeah.
you've
I
played
played
some of the more
4 and
modern
Super Street
ones.
Fighter 4. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. What a weird question. I don't really
They're
know where I was going
prettier.
with that.
They're
Do
just
you,
prettier.
do you know how Street Fighter
They
works?
still what they do well is they still keep, Ryu and Ken available, so you could just jump right in and do your Hadoukens and feel right at home. And then there'll be new characters that to master as well. So I think they're very smart when they do that. So I assume they're in 6,
Yeah, of
but you
course.
could tell me otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played the story mode yet, so anything I say that might be a spoiler, it's not because this is just pure speculation. Um, it looks
Hmm.
like Ryu is the mentor of the newcomer Luke, who is the character on the cover. And then just from versus
Mm.
matches playing around, Ken is dressed like a bum, and his stage is a back alley. So I think Ken might be homeless in Street Fighter
He's down on
6.
his luck.
Yeah, right. Um, so yeah, that's interesting.
Hmm.
I can do an update once I complete the story mode, which is actually another new addition, a full-fledged story mode in Street Fighter 6, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, fighting games, I'm good at them. I'm good at fighting
Hmm.
games. So my brother and I, we picked up Street Fighter 6, and I can't beat him. He's not good at fighting games. In fact, he's objectively terrible at fighting games, and all he does is button mash.
Okay.
And he's admitting, like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just mashing buttons on the combo assist mode, and I can't beat him, and it's super frustrating.
Oh man. So you can't even just pick a character and throw projectiles at him from afar.
I mean, I could cheese him like that, but Cammy's my main.
That's no
So
fun.
I pull up Cammy. I'm quite good
Ooh.
playing with Cammy, and I can't beat
Hmm.
him. He just sits there and mashes the Y button, and I'm trying to do combos and tactics and strategy and frame cancels and I just nope. He'll just mash that Y button, and I can't beat it, and it's super frustrating. Not in the sense that my little brother is beating me, but we went. I went 2-18 out of 20 rounds. I only beat him twice. And it's embarrassing. It's humiliating. And I
Wow.
straight up just said after number 20, I was like, I'm not having fun. We're gonna play something else. And he's like, okay, sorry, I'll stop button mashing. Like,
Aw.
just no, it's fine. Just stop. So that was that. That was me rage quitting because I can't beat an objectively terrible player. And then before that, this one's slightly more genuinely rage inducing. Tales of Symphonia remastered. I have spoken about it, so I won't speak about it again. But part of the I don't want to say appeal. One of the features across all the Tales games is your characters have titles that you can earn. So, like, if you do a 10-hit combo, then the main character unlocks Combo Master. And if you do a 100-hit combo, it unlocks Combo God or something like that. They're just little titles, and they affect your stat growth. And they're like in-game achievements, is the best way to describe them. So there is one of these titles.
Nice.
Yeah. One of these titles for completing the dad's minigame, which it's whatever. Title's called Midlife Crisis, and it's like a matching game. I guess it's I don't even know how to describe it. Some dads will walk down the screen and you have to memorize them.
What?
It's just
It's a midlife crisis game?
no, that's just the Midlife Crisis is the in-game achievement title that you get for completing the minigame.
Oh,
Um,
because in Street Fighter you have the mini game where you hit the car a bunch of
oh yeah,
times. So
yeah,
is it
yeah.
like one of those cars with the is it one of those cars where you have the top down, the midlife crisis type of car?
Gotcha. No, not like that. I see what you're talking about. Um,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, it'll start off. Three dads will just walk across the screen, and then you'll
Okay.
have five dads, and it's just the NPC, characters, the dad templates, and you have to correctly identify the three that walk down. And then the next round, there's four dads that walk across the screen, and then you'll have to choose those four out of six. And then it goes on till the final round where there's, I think, eight dads that walk across the screen, and you have to choose between 14 dads. You have to pick the correct eight. Oh, and in the correct order, by the way, not just correct, but you have to get it in the right order, too. But with the remaster, when they stretched it from 4:3 to 16:9, just square screen to widescreen ratio, like it messed up the hit boxes to the point that you have to stand pixel perfect, dead completely in front of the correct dad. Otherwise, it'll talk to the one next to it. So, like, if you can just picture three people standing next to each other, go ahead, listeners and L, close your eyes. Someone is standing directly across from you, and then there's a person to their left and a
Mm-hmm.
person to their right. You are locking eye contact with the person in the middle, and you say, "Hello, person directly in front of me whose eyes I'm staring into. I select you." And then the person on the left goes, "Nope, it wasn't me," because you were apparently one
Wow.
single pixel off from the left to the right, and that was not an issue in the original version, but it is in the remaster, and it's rage inducing. It's infuriating because it's like a 10-minute process to get to the final round, and if you lose, you start back from round zero. You can't pick up there, and the game itself is very easy. Just memorizing the dads, that's easy. But the hard part comes talking to the right one, and you have a 30-second time limit. So it's not like you can take your time and carefully wiggle yourself into the perfect pixel, position. You gotta get it dead on and hope for the best. And that is the first time since I've known Kelsey where she has walked into my man cave, pat me on the shoulder, and said, "You should come back to this later," because I was shouting and screaming and cursing up a storm. It's just so infuriating when you know you're talking to the guy right in front of you, but then the guy to the left's like, "Oh, you lose." So that was it. I did take her advice. I took a break and I came back the next day and I was able to get it. But I spent, I think, like 3 hours on this mini game that should only take about 15 minutes. So
Wow.
that was my last genuine rage quit. Like I quit. I stopped playing. I turned the console off. I went and watched some stupid show and had to come back 24 hours later. I can't remember the last time I got that worked up.
All right. What did some of our patrons say?
No, no comment, no transition. Take care of those rage issues, X. I'm working on it. I'm
No,
working on
I mean, you, you love Street Fighter and you love those Tales games. So you'll get your way through those.
it.
You'll get your way through
All
those.
right, I appreciate the vote of confidence there. Mighty
Yeah.
Mango said, Lego Harry Potter
Oh.
collection because the 20 kills with a doggo achievement would not pop. Tried every single trick on my initial playthrough and it would not unlock. Ended up having to restart the game and play 3 hours to get to the point of being able to unlock it. Killed over 50 things and it still didn't pop. Rage quit a second time only to refresh TA and find that it was a silent unlock. Oh, shoot.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I feel like we've all done that at some point. The growing frustration. Why won't this unlock? Oh, it did unlock. We've all been there.
Well, what I will say, Mango, is you should be a pro at this by now. You need to have the pop on your Xbox, the pop on your phone, the pop on your monitor, and now you could even, if you have a Fitbit, you could have the pop on your Fitbit. You
Really?
should have it
I didn't know
popping in
that one
4
actually.
places. Oh, really? Yeah, you can set your Fitbit
That sounds terrible.
to you could sync it up to your Xbox, so you actually get the buzz on your wrist before it appears on the
Oh,
screen.
really? That's
Oftentimes,
pretty
so
cool, actually.
yeah,
I'm not going to do
so
it,
it's
but
kind
it's
of
kind of cool.
so my point is, you should not have any silent pops because sometimes they don't appear on the screen on the TV screen, but usually they appear everywhere
I was going to
else.
say, I think I always have my laptop open, almost always, while I'm playing. And it usually pops up on my laptop
Yeah,
half a
you see it
second
there.
before the Xbox gets it, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like a different bleep bloopy
Bloop,
sound.
bloop.
It's like a higher pitched voice. Or I mean sound. But yes, we have all been there.
Actually, this is sort of related, but why the heck not? So I had on my old school laptop my Xbox account signed in because when I, didn't feel like teaching, I would just play games and whatever, blah 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 blah. Every day, if I earned an achievement at home, the next day, every time I would come into school, open up my laptop, and the first achievement I
Oh
earned the night
yes.
before would pop up. So a couple times, like I forgot to disconnect my laptop or whatever, so I'd walk in, it's already on the projector, and I'd open it up, and then the kids would see my bleep bloop pop up first thing in the morning. So that was always fun.
Yeah, oftentimes all of them would pop.
Oh, that would be terrible.
You
No, it
see a
was
bunch
only
of
ever
them.
the first one I earned of the night.
Just the one. All right, that's not so bad.
Yeah. And I would come to expect it by the second half of the year. I was like, all right, I gotta make sure I don't connect before this pops up. So don't have to worry about that anymore. Hurrah! So Hawkeye, I won Hades Berry. You should probably change that, my guy. It's been several months. Um, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Titanfall. I was on a losing team. People were quitting, and I ended up on the wrong side of a 6v2 situation. I'm also using a sniper weapon for my regen requirement that I'm terrible with. I'm outgunned, outclassed, and sucking more than normal. I appreciate the honesty. The pilots are killing me.
Mm-hmm.
Titans are killing me, only to finally get my Titan, and that's like a 3v1, so I lost it quickly. I got so frustrated I ended up hiding for the final 2 minutes because I was tired of dying. Sounds like me with any online shooter. After the match was over, I turned the game off and switched to Power Wash Sim to calm down before bed. That is a very therapeutic, mature response to your situation. I appreciate that.
I imagine this happened recently since he asked the question. So I'm guessing this particular incident happened recently.
I suspect.
That made him think
I
of
was going to
it.
say, I suspect that incident inspired the question. I'm so
Yes,
pissed off
exactly.
at Titanfall. What pisses you guys off?
It was very thorough.
It's like a group therapy session. I hope this is cathartic for you, Hawkeye.
I'm more inclined to get pissed off at Power Wash Sim, like at being like,
Where's
where's the part that I couldn't get? Like, where's that 1%?
Oh man,
I'm at 99%.
I don't miss that. I mean, I do actually. I
Mm,
love that game, but I don't miss that detail of that game.
well, there's more
I
coming.
can't wait. SpongeBob, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, achievements. Let's go. Anyway, Chesno. The game I raged the hardest at most recently was the fighting game, Them's Fightin' Herds, which actually,
Oh, good name.
I know, I love it. I love it. It's you're fighting goats. It's a goat
Oh,
fighting
nice.
game. So them's fighting herds. Anyway, when I start a new fighting game, I normally do an arcade run with the default character to get a feel of the game, and this one was a fun, fast combo-based fighting game similar to something Arc System Works might make. All the characters were fun to fight and only took a couple of resets. Then I hit the final stage, where you have to, with one health bar, fight 4 characters back to back, each with cheap attacks that do a lot of damage. After 2 hours of banging my head against the wall, coming close multiple times, my Wi Fi goes down and I lose my game session. I've not played it since, however, I'm probably going to go back and play the story so I can figure out how to play better, then attempt the arcade again since I have to do it at least 6 times. I don't know the achievement list, but I assume it's beat arcade with every character if you're doing it 6 times. I don't know why I'm asking that question. It's not like you're going to answer me right now, Chesno. Chesno! Chesno!
Woof.
Hey, there he is. Yeah, I saw that one. Goat fighting game. It's an indie game. I think it's like $20. I didn't look into it too terribly much, but it is a great name. It is a very great name. Finally, for me, GT3 option fan. The last game I distinctly remember rage quitting was Army of Dose after it popped up in my RTDL last month. I had a specific achievement in the DLC that required you to do a couple of playthroughs on a specific level to destroy 300 destructible objects. I played it no less than 6 times through and had destroyed probably over 1,000 objects and no pop. On top of that, the combat at the end of the mission can be extremely frustrating from the amount of fire you're taking from all sides. My frustration with the achievement, the game, and the fact that it was late one night caused me to just shut the game down, go to bed frustrated, and not return to it for the month. Oh man, RTDL gets another one. Or doesn't
I
get
hate when
another
that
one?
happens.
What? You laughed at your own joke and I missed it. It was probably very funny.
No, I don't know. I would never do that. I didn't laugh at my own joke. No, I'm just trying to figure out what DLC he's working on, because that game is shut down.
You know, I thought
But
that
if it's
as I was reading it,
RTDL,
actually. But he also didn't say how long ago this was.
there must be some. Well, if RTDL existed, it couldn't have been that long
Yeah,
ago.
so sometime in between, what, 2018 and when did they shut down? Was that last summer?
That was like 10 years ago. It shut down.
What? No, what am I
It
thinking
shut down.
of?
Army of Two shut down. I don't have no idea. Army of Two shut down a long time ago. So I'm gonna look at what he's talking about. Oh, I see. The veteran map pack. Okay. So there was another DLC called the SSC Challenge map pack. That was online. Okay, here we go. The veteran map pack destroyed 300 destructible objects in missions 7 and 8. I want to say I remember this being a pain also. I did this in 2012. Arnold Braunschweiger. Okay.
I'm thinking of
But
Battlefield, if anyone listening cares. They shut down, or they will be shutting down this December, rather. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, they have guns also.
Yeah, and they're published by EA.
Oh, and GT3 never wound up getting it done.
Oh.
Wow, man.
I will drink in your honor.
Can't believe what a quitter he is. I mean, tough break, pal. Tough break.
Large Elliot, what have you most recently rage quit?
Besides the podcast, obvious joke is obvious. Oh, Jersh. Well, a couple of the games I'm going to talk about in my showcase, I'm not really one to rage quit. I'm more like a rage, stubborn, get pissed, but then eventually do it type of thing.
Hey, you and me both.
Or sometimes I'll put it down and then I'll pick it up the next day and get it on my first try.
That's always infuriating too.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure I'll draw some inspirations from some of these patron responses.
Well, you mentioned your
much like our resident.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say you mentioned like you rage until you get it done, but I feel like plus 10% anger equals plus 10% skill, and plus 20% anger equals plus 20% skill. But then there's like a really like solid plateau. Plus 30% anger is still 20% skill, and then it plummets. Like plus 50% anger is minus 50% skill. Like it goes downhill very quickly as you keep getting angrier and angrier.
Wow. You might need to look into being a math teacher, sir.
Hey, I'm married to one.
Oh, right.
For like another year. Right. She's quitting next year, too, if anyone is keeping tabs on us. Yeah, we're both done with this terrible profession.
Open up a bakery together or something.
I'm going to open up a waifu statue store. That's Fug's idea.
That'd be amazing.
That's his career advice. Sell my waifu statues. Sorry, figures. Statues sounds like weirdly obsessive. They're just figures.
It figures. Chewy on Ice says, it's probably not the most recent, but it is recently memorable. I struggled with golf with your friends when I played it with my usual crew, Useless Fat Dog and Lego Head. Oh, I remember that dude. I was regularly a few hits behind them on most holes, but one hole in particular had you hitting it up a slope, and then it had to roll back down into the hole while avoiding some randomly placed obstacles. They both got it in very quickly. Be mature, Al. But I kept failing again and again.
I thought it, but I didn't say anything.
It would bump off an obstacle and miss the hole entirely. Because they'd already got their balls in. They could see what I did and advise me, and I still failed even with them saying exactly what they did. Eventually, I just rage quit the game. They completed it within a few days, and I never launched it again. I'm still dreading going back to it.
I respect the commitment there. Well, I rage quit forever. Like, that's good. That's commendable.
I mean, Chewy definitely typed this out knowing that it was going to be read by immature me. I enjoyed reading that. Thank you. I will say that golf with your friends, I imagine, would be easier played alone, because when you're playing online, the timer keeps going. But if you're playing solo, you could just pause it. And if you're following along with a video guide, you can just look ahead and then line up your shots and stuff like that without having the timer go down. So I imagine you can easily just go back to it. There's lots of, I mean, that's a completable game. I know a lot of people that have done it. You just have to follow along with some video guides.
Is there no like
and you'll be
physics
good to go,
RNG,
Chewy.
or is it literally do exactly what we do?
It's basically do exactly what we do. And if you mess up one hole, you should still have enough to complete under par or whatever the achievement entails. But I believe it's not too bad.
Gotcha. I know.
But if you're playing online, maybe they were all following together and saying, doing this and do that. I don't know. I'd like to hear more about that. But I remember when that game first came out, for 2 days straight, we were all playing online, and then that fad was over real quick. There was like 12 of us playing together. Occasionally, we play games legit and for fun. And then, no, gotta get achievements.
Whew. It's like Pokemon. Gotta get them all.
All right. Ratstack, a.k.a. Catster, she says, wasn't really a rage quit, just anger at myself, but I kept hitting the wrong button in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, which put an achievement out of my grasp, and the controller would get thrown a few times. Now, wait, which button were you hitting? As long as it wasn't that obnoxious share button, because that one is just the worst. Don't hit that one. And if, I mean, in a game called Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, you probably want to be accurate. So, nice. Yeah, she says she threw her controller. Oh, but luckily it gets thrown to a soft surface. Yeah, I'm not a controller thrower, but if I was, I wouldn't be like throwing it across the room. I would make sure to throw it into a couch or a pillow or something. I agree with that.
Back in my PS2 days, teenage me, young teenage me, like preteen me, in fact, I was a controller thrower, and two of them went hard on the ground. And then I think my mom replaced the first one. I was like, Mom, it broke. And then like a month later, it miraculously broke again. And then I had to save up and buy that one. And then I learned like very quickly, if I'm that pissed off that I'm throwing my controller, throw it across the room at the couch. And I did that. And then I grew out of that, luckily. That was a bad habit.
As long as you didn't throw it at your mom, that would have been probably the worst.
Oh, no, she was never around, but that's not a topic for Discord. Or
jeez.
Sorry, that's not a topic for podcast. I'll save it for Discord.
That's yes. Jeez. I didn't mean for it to get dark. I was just
that did get a little dark. Sorry, everybody.
That's all. That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. That's not.
I turned out pretty well.
Jay Black says 10-second Ninja X. I wouldn't say I rage quit, besides just gave up because I couldn't get good enough to get any achievement to pop. I might go back and give it a try, but I'm not in any hurry. I'm not that familiar with 10-second Ninja X. I think it's just one of those games with very short levels. Hence the name.
I believe, in fact, all the levels are
10 seconds.
10 seconds, actually. Um, yeah, I'm with you on
Now,
that one. I'm not going to derail this too badly. Uh, I have, according to TA, exactly 3 hours and 0 minutes into it for 625 gamer score, but less than a third of the total TA. So I'm going to assume that I
oh,
also
nice.
rage quit once it got hard.
Oh, hopefully you saw your doctor after that. If it gets hard for longer than 10 seconds.
But I didn't
Yeah,
rage
the
quit when it
thing,
got difficult.
oh, thank you. The I I see this game all the time, and do you want to know why? I'm sure you know why.
Because it's
Because it's the
on
first
sale
game
every
in
8 weeks.
alphabetical
Yeah,
order.
yep.
No, I have it. I have it. It's the first game in alphabetical order
Mm.
uh, in the library. So I see that it exists all the time, but I've never played it. Michelle has played it, so that's good enough. I'll live vicariously through her. She likes those type of games,
As I look
like
through
the
my
N
friends list,
plus
of
and.
course, Owu, you platformer god, you. Owu has the completion.
Mm-hmm.
Inferno has the completion. Redemption and Sangrias even do not have the completion. So yeah, this one gets tough.
What?
I know.
Not surprised. Those are both 2 millionaires. They gave up. Wow. All right.
Fred's like almost a
Last.
4 millionaire.
Oh, well. At that point, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Freemhole says we were playing Among Us a few days ago, and this ass clown host on his mobile phone kept booting up a game of hide and seek and immediately quitting because he was the seeker. Did this over 50 times in a row. Crazy. All right, well, that's a little inside baseball over here. The ass clown host.
Go ahead, out him. Out that ass clown.
Well, I believe it was Koosh Moose.
Oh, whoosh.
But he's on vacation, so he can't defend himself.
I expected better of you, vacationing moose who can't defend himself.
Yeah, but this leads us into a whole story about how Among Us, amongst others, was prematurely said to have been leaving Game Pass on June 15th, and then that was rescinded. But it did get a ton of people boosting Among Us. So we started an Among Us thread in the boosting channel. And a few nights ago, we had a ton of us playing Among Us. Now, this was the first time I'd ever boosted Among Us. I've played it legit many times, which is really the way to play that game, because you get achievements along the way just for playing for real. But with the scenario of it leaving Game Pass shortly, now we're in a rush. Now we are going to play. We're going to be boosting. And there's a DLC mode that just came out recently, or title update, called Hide and Seek. So what that is it tells you who the imposter is right up front. And basically you have to hide from that person. And there are achievements for
seems
getting...
like a very fitting name then.
Yes. There's an achievement for getting 100 kills as the Seeker and 200 kills as the Seeker. Now, I really like it when achievement makers make achievement names that go together like this. So the 100 kills is called You Can Run, and the 200 kills
but you
is
can't
called
hide.
But You Can't Hide. Correct. So I like when they do that. They pay attention to stuff like that. What I don't like is when achievements are all in caps, like Among Us, but that's a different story. You can run, but you can't hide. Yeah, so hide and seek achievements. And the other night, there were maybe 10 or more of us who got this achievement. I'm going to quickly shout them out. What the Fug, Vulgar, MDP, Myself, Michelle, Saucy, Kronos, Jables, Ahizo, and Kushmoose.
It is
And
exactly
the
10.
funny thing about it, oh, thank you. And the funny thing is that both Michelle and Kush got the achievement whilst on vacation. They both were on their Surface or laptop or phone, and they helped out. And it was a strike while the iron is hot type of situation. And people not only had their accounts in, but alts as well. So you got kills rather quickly.
I imagine when, the board of directors or whatever had the initial meeting for xCloud, that was the exact scenario that they
Yes.
that they pitched to, the programmers. Like, what if people could be on vacation and still boosting a game with their friends?
Yes. They were on xCloud, they were on their phones, they were on the Windows version of Among Us and the Xbox. So there was like 4 different platforms, I think.
Excellent.
It was cray. And this 200 kills as Seeker, since it's a title update, it is currently at a 12 ratio. So 1,300 people have it out of 188,000.
Gotta love that
We got
Game
all the
Pass
get.
title update inflation.
Gotta love it. It was a very big inflation. I'm guessing many people don't bother with this mode in the real game also.
I mean,
But
I don't
for
know
anyone
Among
who's
Us,
interested,
but it seems like it goes
Mhm.
against the whole point of Among Us. So
Do you know the point?
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I assume that would be off-putting unless they made it a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's. It was just a different take on it, right? So instead of trying to figure out who the imposter is, it tells you who the imposter is right away.
Yeah.
That's the big difference.
Right.
You just have to hide from that from them, yeah. But when you have 10 people in a party together, that's always fun. We joke around and we have fun and we make fun of Saucy and usual kind of stuff. And we do have a thread, like I said, in the Discord. If anybody's looking for boosting sessions or to play legit, if you're a crazy person, go in there. Oh yeah, so back to what I was saying. They mistakenly said it was leaving in the June batch. So what people think is that they prematurely said it that it's going to be leaving June 30th as opposed to June 15th. So nothing is confirmed on that front yet, but people got a head start on that.
Yeah, better safe than sorry for one like that.
I mean, it's only a $5 game. Worst comes to worst, and I guess it's $4 after the Game Pass bump or sale discount. That's the word.
It's like 2/3 of a Taco Bell box.
Yep, and which one lasts a little longer? Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for mentioning Among Us, Freem. Yeah, Freem. I don't think I mentioned Freem's name in that. I think he showed up a little later. He still needs the 200 kills. We'll get it done for everybody at some point. All right.
I'm trying
Thank you,
to think
Hawkeye
of
Barry, for that question.
Once you're Among Us, you're Among Us for good or something. I don't know. There's some wordplay there that I'm just not coming up with. But there's something. I'll think of it at some point. So just be prepared.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what else you should be prepared for?
Games?
Yes, the game showcase, in fact. Would you like to showcase some games for us? Or should I do it? I guess you just talked for a while.
I was trying to thank Hawkeye for the question, and you were just all over me like him not on Hades. You should play Hades. It's good.
I'm sorry, Hawkeye. I cut off your on-air thank you for the question. Thank you very much for the question. We would be nothing without you guys who ask questions, because we're admittedly pretty lousy at coming up with questions on a weekly basis. So if you have a good question that you would like asked in the patron channel and then, right on the air, ask it.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Okay, Mr. Hero, X, go for it.
All right. So game showcase. I'm going to do just a quick recap of Street Fighter 6. because it is the biggest, newest fighting game, and anyone remotely interested in the fighting game community is, of course, very excited about a new Street Fighter. Uh, it it's good. It plays exactly like a Street Fighter should. They've updated the I don't want to say updated the gameplay, just fine-tuned some of the controls, made it a little more uh, updated and current and in line with some other modern fighting game changes, and it does a nice job feeling. How did you word it? Or like there's going to be Ryu and Ken in it. It feels like Street Fighter, but it doesn't feel like we're just still playing Street Fighter 4. It's very much an updated version of the game, and it's a lot of fun. They did add like a combo assist mode, if you know Killer Instinct, how they added that, where this is what my brother was beating me with. You can literally just button mash
Mm.
and string together some really good, really powerful combos. So that is nice for those who aren't big into fighting games. It's a good introduction. It is limited in the sense that there are some moves missing. Like I mentioned, my girl Cammy. One of my key strategies with her is a leg sweep attack, just crouching heavy kick, and you cannot do
Hmm.
that with the modern control combo assist mode. Yeah,
Really?
you cannot do that. So you have all the special moves and whatnot that are much easier to pull off, and combos are easier. You don't have to worry about the linkers and whatnot. But some what I would consider key moves are missing from characters. But it's a good option for people who aren't. Let me start that. If you don't want to invest hours and hours into getting good at a fighting game, you just want to be able to pick up and play, it is an awesome, very welcome addition. Um, but unless you're fighting against me, you're not going to go very far online. But apparently, I don't know how to counter the combo assist mode. So, yeah, Street Fighter 4 just came out on last Friday,
Six.
June 2nd, and it is only $60, which seems to be a rare thing these days. But
Well, do you have a sense of the achievements at all?
well, I said that was my quick little shout out. But if you want me to go in a little more detail, I would be happy to. Yeah, the achievements
I
are
mean,
not impossible like some fighting games are. Street Fighter 4 was notoriously a very, very difficult completion. Street Fighter 6 seems much more manageable for, mere mortals, if you will. There's the story mode, just sort of complete the story mode 100%. There is some win online, but it's in shared lobbies, so if you really want to, you can just boost that all with a friend. Um, I think it's going to be like 150 online matches, but you don't have to win 150, so it should be able to split it with your boosting partner if that's what you're into. There is one that I'm sure can be boosted, and I'm sure the community will find a way to boost it, but it's for getting likes with your online avatar. So when you go into the battle hub, see, this is stuff I didn't want to talk about. It's all sort of not crucial to the fighting game experience.
that's fun.
But yeah, you design an avatar. That's who you play in story mode, I believe, and it's actually a pretty darn good character customizer for a fighting game. Um, so you go through the lobbies and the battle hub with your avatar, and then you can just do matches with people as your avatar. Um, and then after every match, they have the option, but not the requirement, to give you a thumbs up. And then also, as you're just walking around, you can view people's profile if you like their avatar, and you can give them a thumbs up. So there's get your first thumbs up, get 200 thumbs up, and then get 600 thumbs up. And as of right now, 40 people on TA have it for a 17 ratio achievement, currently worth 1,549 TA. Um, so I'm curious if they're just the fighting game gods who everyone really likes their stuff, or if it is more easily boostable than I am assuming right now. But otherwise, it's a pretty straightforward list. I think the only
Yeah, it
thing
looks
that
like.
might be challenging would be the combo trials. There's a
Hmm.
couple hundred of them in the game. You only need to finish 45 of them. So if you can just do the first, three for 15 characters, you'll be in good shape. Um, but if you've ever played a fighting game, those combo trials can become nightmarishly difficult very quickly. What were you gonna say? I think I cut you off.
Oh, I was going to say, it looks like there's one achievement with 0 tracked gamers,
Oh, you're
and
talking,
it's for
yeah,
entering
there's tournament
5
achievements,
tournaments
which are not live yet. The achievement, they
online.
seem like they'll
Okay.
be easy, because it's just participate in a bunch of achievements, a bunch of tournaments. Is there one for winning tournaments?
There's one for winning 10
Ooh, there
tournaments.
is.
That looks
Enter
like.
one, enter five, and then win 10 tournaments. So that one might be tricky, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that one, actually. I thought it was just enter one,
People.
5, 10. So it's like King of the Hill. It's a real-time online, winner takes all kind of thing. And I don't know if they are, just because I don't think they've really announced it yet, if they're just going to be, here's a bunch of tournaments, or if they're like on a time schedule. Because if it's like one a week, then that could be annoying if you don't win. But if there's just, queue up for a lobby with 8 players, and that wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, I take it back. They're definitely, you need some level of skill then to win those tournaments, assuming they can't be boosted if you got a group of, 8 or 10 friends.
Alts. I mean, yes. Mhm.
So I don't know. I can do a follow up with that once I am more familiar with the tournament system.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I
that
mean,
was just
considering this game just came out,
it. Did, yep.
it's got 10,000 people.
Friday, June 2nd,
Uh,
already got 10K people. I mean, it's a big fighting game. Fighting
yeah.
games are a niche genre to begin with, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's Street Fighter. Who hasn't heard of Street Fighter?
Mm.
Someone's listening in their car right now, like, what is a Street Fighter?
All right.
But yeah, that was just my
Uh,
sort of quick shout out. If you like Street Fighter, it's Street Fighter. It's just a nice modern adaptation. I think they did a killer job with it.
nice.
Yeah, my
Is there a
intended like actual games
second?
showcase I can do. What were you gonna
Ooh,
say?
yeah, go for it.
All right. So a building full of cats. How do you feel, L, about a building full of cats?
I mean, if when I retire, I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm gonna.
Oh, you mean the game?
No, I
Oh,
did actually mean the real life potential
oh,
thing, a building full of
I am
cats.
a cat person, but ever since I moved to a new location, we've kind of kept it no pets.
Oh, yeah, that's
'Cause I
disappointing.
loved my kitty cats, but they and the place was a little stinky sometimes. But this is what happens.
Well,
And
this
lots of meowing, lots of
this isn't just an apartment full of cats, L. It is a building full
oh,
of cats.
all right.
That's what the game's called for anyone who was
Tell,
listening and very confused the hell I'm talking about.
tell me more.
This game just came out on I thought I had the page up. A building not too terribly long ago. It just came out on May 31st. And again, it's literally called A Building Full of Cats. It is actually currently on sale for $239. It is normally $299. It's very cheap. Kelsey and I played
Jump on
this
it.
together, and we finished it in 1 hour 6 minutes. The TA estimate is half an hour to 1 full hour. It's a cute little game, and I mean it's $3, so you got nothing to lose. It's a hidden object finding game. The story mode is super cute. The entire building has gone on vacation, and they need you to cat sit, make sure all their cats are fine. So there are 6 levels, and each one has like 50 or 60 just hidden cats, and you just click on the cats, and that's it. You find them, and then some items in the environment are interactable. Like if there's a cabinet or a curtain, you'll open the curtain or slide open the drawer, and there's hidden cats in there. Every level has like 12 to 15 hidden cats that you have to interact with the environment to find. And then there's I am gonna pronounce the cat's name wrong, but it's like I, I don't even want to attempt it. Fofinho, I guess. Fofinho. Um, you find him once, and then he's skittish. He's a shy cat, L. So when you click on him, he goes meow, and then he runs away, and then you have to find him again, and then you click on him, and he goes
Oh,
meow, and then he runs away, and then you find him the third time, and he warms up to you. and then you can identify them. So every level has an achievement for finding Fafino all 3 times, finding all the regular cats, and then finding all the hidden cats. And that's the game. Find all the visible cats, all the hidden cats, and then Fafino, and then you move on to the next level, and then repeat, and move on to the next level, and repeat. And I mean, there's not a lot of depth, but there doesn't need to be, because it's $3 and you know exactly what you're signing up for. Um, but the game is developed by DevCats, is the name of the developer. And if you go to the credits, it says this game was developed by 6 cats and their 3 humans. And it just has pictures of the cats and then the humans' names at the bottom. So this is very much uh, like a passion project for them. You can definitely tell they put a lot of love into it. It's super cute, and I'm gonna spoil it. There's not a story mode, but I'm gonna spoil the ending just in case it inspires anybody to do a good thing. So the final level is the roof of the building, and you find Fafino up there, and then you click on him, and he's still skittish, but it says, "Oh no, Fafino doesn't have a home, but he trusts you enough. Would you like to adopt him?" And then I think it doesn't let you click no, but I didn't try because, like, why the hell would you click no? So you click yes, of course. And then it's like, yay, Fafino is so glad to, have found an awesome human family, and he looks forward to making a lifetime of memories with you. And then it pops up how you should adopt, not shop from, kitten farms. And, there are this many cats in shelters that need homes and they're full of love. And I think 25% of all proceeds from this game will be donated to a cat rescue in the developer's hometown.
That's super awesome.
So this is one of the few games. I mean, I pulled it up. I was going to go to our vacation home to purchase this game, and I'm glad I didn't because I will gladly give them $3 to support that cause way more than the pennies they would have gotten from me otherwise. So if you're a sucker for helping animals, it's a cute game. It's a nice, easy 1,000 gamer score, and your money is going to a good cause. So a building full of cats, man. $2.40 right now, maybe $3 by the time you hear this. Absolutely worth $3, and you're helping out a good cause.
All right. Well, I mean, this definitely seems like a good game to put the controller in my daughter's hands and say, "Here you go,
Oh
find
yeah,
cats." And
absolutely. Yeah, Kelsey and I
she'll like that.
Yeah, Kelsey and I played it together. It's sort of hard, I had the controller and she'd be like, "Oh, there!" Like, where is there? Above the plant.
Where's there?
Okay, like where above the plant? So,
Sound
we would just alternate levels where I'll hold the controller and then if I find one, I'll click on it. But she was standing like right at the TV and then poking the screen like, "Here's a cat." So, definitely fun in a co-op sense if you have someone that would be willing to have a little bit of fun with you.
that sounds fun. And at the end, when it asks, "Would you like to adopt a cat?" I'll be sure to say no, and then report back on what happens, and maybe my Xbox will explode or
Yeah,
something
I
like
don't
that.
know. I imagine it would be like, "Oh, are you sure Fafino, trusts you?" I don't know. I don't even want to know what it
Yeah,
thinks because I can't
like
imagine.
in
Like, why would you do that, you monster?
like in any RPG, if it says, "Would you like to help?" I always say no first, just to see.
Oh,
Usually
really?
they'll have some they'll because 9 times out of 10 they'll come up with some fun response, and then you have to click yes
Hmm.
anyway afterward.
All right.
So
Well, you can click no in a non-canon way because of course you want to adopt him.
of course,
Ah, this game was super cute. I can't rave about it enough. It's
yeah,
simple. It's nothing crazy, but
I
you'll have a good time. I promise.
I was not aware of it, but now I am.
Hell, maybe I'll give away some copies. I will help the shelter cats.
Ooh, oh, now you got to hold on to your pesos.
Yeah, I
So
got paychecks through the end of August. September is where things get scary.
all right, well, use them big reward monies for this, okay, or something like that.
Just pay for a Japanese
All right.
vacation with Bing rewards.
Yes, good idea. I wanted to talk about a couple of games that were indie weird games. The first one is called Armikrog,
Armikrog.
and it is from 2016. Wow, I feel like I can't tell if that's recent or long ago at this point. Who knows? It's a point-and-click adventure game. It's done in this weird claymation style. It looks like it was definitely a Kickstarter game, and it's definitely one in a series. Just your run-of-the-mill point-and-click game where you wish you were playing on a computer because it's very annoying to move the cursor around a screen for a couple of hours. It's not where point-and-click games should be played, in my opinion.
Or at least have it so that
the
it
problem,
snaps to the, interactable objects.
right? This game does not have any of that stuff. So I'll be honest, this game, I went straight for the walkthrough because this had some weird stuff going on. I went right to the walkthrough, and there's 18 achievements in the game. And in the walkthrough, it says, this is where you should get the achievement for solving 5 puzzles. It did not pop for me. So
What?
I kept going and hoped it would pop later. It did not. I got to the achievement where you're supposed to solve 10 puzzles. That did not pop for me either. And in the solution, someone said, the one for 5 didn't pop for me, but the one for 10 did. And then there's another achievement for solving all the puzzles. So, of course, that one popped no problem. So why the hell did the one for 5 and 10 not pop? Unless it's one of these games where having a later console hurts it. Like sometimes these games that were developed before the Series X kind of get screwy.
I'm looking at the page now.
I don't think,
and 5 and 10
I don't think
puzzles,
it's a quick resume thing.
They are flagged buggy.
10. Oh yeah, look at that. 10 is.
Oh, you're right. 5's not, just 10.
And you know how some games have achievement stats? So like if you went to the game hub, so not in game, you could go to stats and you could see random stats. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I do.
Okay. So there's a puzzle counter, and I'm at like 20 something now at this point. You can keep redoing. Like there was one, when you beat the game, that counts as doing a puzzle, and it didn't pop for someone. I think it was actually Koosh who put a comment who said, this didn't pop for me, and then I did the last puzzle again, and then it popped for me. So I tried doing that over and over to see if I can get any of these to pop, and they did not. So what I guess I'm going to have to do is delete the game data entirely and just start over just to get these 2 stupid achievements. And this is the type of thing that rages me more than quitting. Because if I were smart, I would just leave them be. But no, I'm going to go do this whole game again. And because I want the completion. That's why I played a game like this. I want that completion.
Right. No one's playing this game because they want a unique, refreshing experience.
Right. It's no Monkey Island. It's not funny, really. It's not that great. It was just okay.
I played it back in 2017, and I rated it a 1.5. So I don't remember much, but I clearly did not think very highly of it.
Okay. That's a very generous score you gave it, sir. That's Armikrog. I mostly just wanted to complain about it. If you're chasing point-and-click leaderboards, I guess you have to play, but otherwise I would leave it alone. The other game I wanted to talk about was one I just finished up. And let me tell you, this is one of the weirdest games I've ever played. And it is called Gaijin Charenji 1: Kiss or Kill. This game, sorry, Kenny, is batshit crazy. Do you remember this game, X?
I do. I don't know what the heck
cow
it is, but yeah, holy cow.
I saw that you played this, so you must remember it. The one thing I could say for this game is that it's very memorable.
I was just gonna
So it
say,
is a
I do not forget playing it.
so first of all, since you're a multilingual type of person, do you know what Gaijin Charenji means?
I'm sure I looked it up at the time, but actually I do not know what this one is, because that is not a language in my
Okay.
playbook.
Okay. Well, I am a connoisseur of Japanese wrestling, and the term gaijin is actually used quite a bit. That's usually used for the American wrestler or the foreign wrestler. So gaijin actually means foreigner. So I knew that one, but I didn't know Sharenji. I looked it up, and that means challenge. So the name of the game is actually Foreigner Challenge.
Kiss or kill.
So that doesn't make sense at all. And it's very bold to put a 1 in the title, as if there's going to be a sequel. Yeah, so the developer of this game is a Japanese fellow who did not have any help with a translator in this game. It is full of poorly spelled, poorly translated English. And in this day and age, I think that's inexcusable. Come on.
At the same time, if I was just to make a game and translate it to Japanese, it would be terrible. So
you try to find some Japanese person to help you. I know you would.
yeah, but on my budget of $4,
you pay the man $4. Yes. So, and there's a very nice credit sequence in the beginning where he talks about how he was supposed to make this game for the Sega Dreamcast, and then the Dreamcast died prematurely, and then his dad died, and he's making this game. He's going on. His dad would have wanted him to complete the game, and so he did. So that was all heartwarming. But then the game, first of all, you think you're going to have a seizure the whole time. It just, the screen shakes the entire game. And it looks like the old CRT screens, but it's just shaking the whole time. The hook of this game is you could either kiss or kill. So you have a heart weapon
I was going
and
to say a heart
skull
gun.
weapon. Yeah, gun and a skull gun, which shoots bullets. So as far as I remember, I mean, the game requires 2 playthroughs. One with the gun. So you need to wind up with negative karma, beat the game with negative karma.
For killing everything, you get negative karma.
Right. So you do remember.
Yeah.
Because this game's crazy. And then there's another playthrough with positive karma where you use the heart weapon. Now, I did that on my second playthrough, and for whatever reason, my karma meter did not get up to the positive.
Oh.
So I did not get the achievement for positive karma. And then, once you beat the game, they let you continue from the last level. And I kept trying over and over. And I'm like, my bar is firmly in the negative. I don't want to do a third playthrough. I don't know what to do. But going back to the gameplay, there's like 3 or 4 different types of levels. And there's like random Space Invaders type levels. There's like, you start off the game as like this little blue dot and you're shooting red dots, and it's very minimalistic. But then as the game goes, there's just crazy stuff, and the imagery is just dark, and it's just nuts.
And there's like the weird like Zelda levels.
Yeah. There's
or like maybe like Final Fantasy,
and for the longest time,
like the old ones, like the overhead.
Yeah, it looks like a Final Fantasy town. Yeah, and there are these dudes walking around, but they don't bother you. But if they touch you, you die, and you die often in this game. But luckily, there's no repercussion for dying. You just hit A, and you start right back to where you were. Otherwise, this would have been a real headache. You can pretty much die over and over, but there's a timer on top. And if the time runs out, you have to start over. So all the coins you collect give you time.
The only levels that gave me a real hard time were the puzzle. That's not the right one. Not like a puzzle you have to solve, but like don't touch the walls, like find the right path out. I didn't like those ones. But I'm also terrible at that kind of game.
Like in the beginning where the saws are spinning and stuff like that? Yeah. So those are kind of like spiral splatter and the like.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, I'm terrible at spiral splatter and that sort of genre.
Yeah. If if you keep shooting the saws, they disappear, or if you shoot them with the
Yep.
love, they freeze, and then it's a little easier to get by. So getting back to what I was saying, so I was stuck at the end of my second playthrough with negative karma, and I was talking to Professor Pluto, actually, who was the last person on my friends list to finish this game, and I was asking him for any advice, and he reminded me that if you press the Y button at the main menu, you reset your karma. And there's actually an achievement for doing this that I'd done previously that I just forgot about. So that puts you at in the middle, karma-wise. And then there's another mode called Survival. Once you beat the game, you open up Survival mode. And it's basically just an endless portion of the Space Invaders type minigame. But you can get your karma back to positive in this mode. And then you can just go right back into the last level and do it again. So that's what I did. I got the completion. So both Armikrog and Gaijin Charenji have a 2 to 3 hour limit, estimate on TA, and they're both probably going to take me about 5 hours each. Isn't that the way it goes?
I did not finish this one. There are 2 achievements that I just did not
you got
get.
Left? Oh, which one?
Stronger than hell for scoring more than 66666 in story mode. I remember I got very close, like 6.5 something. But I just could not get enough points. I even did like a couple extra playthroughs, and I just couldn't get it. Yeah.
Really? Because there's a solution to farm the guys in the town, and I did that, and then they stopped coming, and then all of a sudden, I finished with like 200,000 points. Like, I don't know if I got lucky with combos or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that one. I just couldn't get it. And then kill the GB boss, which is actually literally a Game Boy. It's like literally an old school Game Boy is the boss, and I don't know how that's not copyright infringement. We all know Nintendo, six their lawyers on you for.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff in this game.
But I don't have that one.
You need the one for for kissing it.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I did it, and it just didn't unlock. Now that I'm thinking about it,
that one was a little tricky. You had to avoid the batteries and then like circle around the batteries and shoot the batteries that spill out, and that actually is the highest ratio of any achievement.
No, that's not true.
You had to.
Nope.
Oh no.
The high score one actually is higher ratio. That's what I mean. Like this is actually it's just a 1.58. Like, I think I did it, and it just didn't pop.
Okay. Well, so I have a hard time if I can recommend this game or not. It's certainly unique, and unique is good. And it's frequently on sale for $1. Like, I believe it is right now, $1.12 instead of $4.49. And I think that's the appeal to many for this game, is that it's $1 often.
I'll back you up on that. For $1, you got literally nothing to lose. I mean, I guess literally you have $1, $1.16, right? But like,
it's a
worth
crazy
experiencing.
And the other interesting thing is, as a music fan, when you switch between the heart and the bullets, the music changes. And I always find that fascinating when the music could just change on a dime like that by toggling a button. So depending on what weapon you're using, the music changes.
Right, I forgot about that.
And the music is nuts. Yeah. Well, maybe old Gamerscore you would try to finish this up at this point. Probably long in the past for you.
Yeah, no, I'm content. I have 930 out of 1,000. I'm okay with that. My gentleman's 930.
930. A gentle
there we go.
930. All right, well, that was Gaijin Charenji 1, Kiss or Kill. And that'll bring us into our sales, in which there's a bazillion games on sale this week.
Yeah, we have a big weekly sale, which is cool. And then there's the... Shoot, what do they call it? Games Unlocked or something like that? That's not it.
It's called the Hella Lotta Games on Sale. I think it was
Deals
Deals
Unlocked. Yeah,
Unlocked,
that's
something like
it.
that.
Deals Unlocked, not Games Unlocked. And there's over 600 things on sale. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I tried going through to make some recommendations, but a bunch of it's the big stuff that goes on sale every week anyway. I mean, if you want Saints Row, you probably already have Saints Row. If you want Assassin's Creed, you probably already have Assassin's Creed. So I don't know. I had a hard time finding something to recommend, but I do have one. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is
Whoa.
finally on sale for the price I was willing to pay. It's normally $50. It has gone on sale for 40 before. Now it's on sale for 35, and I went ahead and picked that up at 35. It's one of those weird games where it's super popular with fans of Final Fantasy VII, but otherwise largely unknown, I think, to most gamers. But it's sort of, I don't want to say like the true story of Final Fantasy VII, but the other side of things, I guess. I don't know. I have not played it before. The original was on PSP, and I was not one of the 13 people who owned a PSP, so I have not played this one, and I'm looking forward to it. You like that?
Yes, nor have I. Nor have I. We talked about this right before recording that the mere existence of this game on Xbox annoys me
hmm
so much because if we can get this, why can't we get Pixel Collection and everything else that we did not
Yeah,
get?
Square is
But
frustrating to say the least with what they choose to bring to Xbox. We get Crisis Core and we got Chrono Cross, but we're not getting Final Fantasy 16. What?
right, and yeah, it's not like we got nothing. We got 7 and 8 and 9
And
ports
10 and 12.
and 13. Yeah, but we want
So,
everything.
yeah,
Give
that
us
is
what we
my
want.
sale recommendation. Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7 Reunion, $35 down from 50. It's I mean, it's an action RPG. It's not turn-based. You know what you're getting into. It's a Japanese action RPG. What more is there to say? But yeah, if you're into Final Fantasy or JRPGs or Final Fantasy VII specifically, it is quite highly regarded. So definitely worth checking out. And 35 was my sweet spot to bite the bullet on this one.
I mean, that's a good recommendation as any. There's a lot of Xbox 360 backwards compatible games in the sale also. So take a look here. Like you said, it's really nothing that we haven't seen before. You know, I'm hard pressed to recommend anything outside of the ordinary. Like there's some Paugy games that are $4 instead of $8. Those are always a good time.
Oh yeah, we were
Stuff like that. Those are the
Elle and
ones
I
I
were
look
talking
for.
before the show. Uh, if you don't own a handful of the East Asia Soft or all the easy games with the 5 or 6,000 gamer score, um, like you're just starting out for $50, you could get 250,000 gamer score for $50 if that's what you're into. So there's definitely some options there. And if you're into that, just go on TA and sort by completion time in the sale category and have fun. But there's a ton of easy, quick games on sale.
Fun indeed. A quick news item to bring to your attention. Um, for the month of June, for Pride Month, the game Tell Me Why is free. Free for all.
Absolutely.
Believe they did this last year
They
as
did do it
well.
last year, and I missed it
But if you
last year. I had the whole damn month, and I didn't redeem it, and I was very disappointed because it had been on Game Pass, and I didn't play it. And then they gave it to me for free, and I didn't redeem it. So I've already redeemed it. I now own this game 2 years later. After many
oh good.
attempts, I do now own this game.
Actually, I think it still is on Game Pass.
Oh, is it
So never
actually?
mind. But you may as you
What the heck?
according to TA it is. You may as well grab it. There's no harm
Yeah.
in owning it for yourself. It could leave
Yes, it
one
is still
day.
on Game Pass. I'm just very dumb. That is my takeaway. What?
No, uh it's a good thing to do. And yeah, words. Um it's a good promotion. I think
Yeah,
that's what I was looking
absolutely.
for. All right. games with gold, we have Adios from June 1st to June 30th. And the audio-only game, The Veil, which I'm really, really interested in trying out on June 16th. Audio-only action
Yeah,
RPG. Should be
there's
interesting.
it's is it literally just a black screen? Like you play as a blind character, I believe, right?
We're
Yeah.
gonna have to find out.
I know
I
Koosh
think
was talking
so.
about it when it was announced, so I'm trying to recall what he said in the
Yeah.
chat. Sorry, Koosh, if you were here, you
I,
could absolutely talk about this one. But yeah, audio-based action
I
RPG, no graphics.
I mean, I looked at the trailer. There was some minimal graphics in the trailer, so it will be interesting. This is a perfect Games with Gold game. The perfect Games with Gold game. Something that you probably wouldn't pay for, but for free.
I
It's for
agree with that
free.
sentiment,
It's for
actually, just
me.
not necessarily exclusively to this, but like even if something goes on Game Pass, it's like, whatever, and then I ignore it. But then Games with Gold, it gets its own attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Little
exactly.
spotlight,
So
yeah.
I agree in that sense. This is a great Games with Gold offering. Unless it's like a terrible game,
All
but
right. Would you like to let us?
just for hype purposes.
I think it'll be okay. Do you want to tell us the Game Pass games available
Sure.
now?
Available now. Like literally as you are listening. Available now. Amnesia, the bunker on console. Hypnospace Outlaw on console and PC. I'm gonna offer the full disclaimer here. There is a note from none other than Koosh Moose himself. It says, "Play on PC if you can."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that is. I'm very. Do you know why that is?
I'm guessing because it's a
Ooh,
point and
okay.
click, but that's
Yep,
just a
adventure
guess.
point and click, 6 to 8
It
hours.
says it's a PNC. You got to play on your PC.
Mhm. Yeah, that could be. Maybe there's a buggy achievement or something. I don't know.
And unlike us, we are not PC. We are not
Ah,
PC.
So yeah, I don't know. That's all it says. I apologize. Play on PC if you can. That was Hypnospace Outlaw. Rune Factory 4 Special on console. These are just Harvest Moon, are they not? Like I think
That
it's made by
I
the
don't know.
same team. I think it's literally Harvest Moon, but they gave it a different name
Rune.
at whatever point. But it's the same thing. It's the role playing, the management aspect. There's a farm, I'm sure. Um, Sounding probably pretty ignorant here, but I'm almost confident that it's Harvest Moon. And then we have Stacking, which is a 360 an arcade game, in fact. And I think didn't they give
Classic.
this one away for free at some point? Like it was just one of the random freebies.
Yes.
Um, yeah, okay.
Yes.
But the DLC was not given free, so if you are using the wrong completion settings, you will need to purchase the DLC. Oh
Oh
dear,
dear.
he went there.
You sure did.
So that's those are
That
available
one.
now. And then a couple days after you hear this, perhaps maybe on June 13th, we have. How would you say this one?
Good luck with this one. I would say
Dord
Dordogne, and that
Dordogni?
sounds
I'm
wrong.
gonna assume it's like
Dordogne.
Italian.
Dordogne.
Dordione?
Dordione.
Dordione. I don't know.
Um,
Dordione. It's just tagged
almost.
as
I like
adventure
Dordogne.
on TA. That is very not specific. I don't know too much about this one. It looks super cute just from the
It
cover art.
looks. It looks like. It looks like a Koosh game. It's colorful. Colorful indie game. All right, leaving Game Pass on June 15th. Bridge Constructor Portal,
Waka and I have talked about this.
which
Man,
is.
you got to play these. They're so much fun.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. I remember you enjoying them, but being a little frustrated that it had to be like a pixel perfect
Oh
at
yeah,
some
some of them are
points. Right? That's
are
definitely.
incredibly rage-inducing to fit tonight's theme in that sense. But it's just stupid fun. It really is.
Uh, that's 20 to 25 hours and has DLC. Chorus, another big one leaving, 20 to 25 hours. Man Eater, which I talked about last week. I love that game, but At this point, it might be tough to finish before the 15th, especially with
So here's
DLC.
the question. You can feel free to answer, but I wanna hear your answer in podcast discussion, listeners. Maneater, Hall and Oates, or Nelly Furtado? Let me know.
Oh boy.
Well, I know your answer.
Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell Enhanced Edition, because, regular edition
Who even
wasn't enough.
cares about the regular edition?
It's gotta love buzzwords. Marketing is great. 40 to 50 hour action RPG. Also requires DLC. There's a theme. Serious Sam 4 for Xbox and PC. And Total War 3 Kingdoms, a strategy game for the PC.
I just want to go back to Serious Sam 4. It's 6 to 10 hour completion. We got a 6 to 8 on PC and 8 to 10 on Xbox. So maybe the second time you play it, you know what you're doing, you go a little quicker. But that one's probably doable. I might actually try and chase that one. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know, it just seems like a big stupid over the top shooter. And I think I'm in the mood for a big stupid over the top shooter.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the games that they prematurely announced
Oh yeah,
are going to be
the June 30th
the
batch.
June
Yeah.
30th. I don't know if you saw that or not. So there were the only ones I remember are Among Us and TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which I adore. And just today, they announced that DLC is coming.
This is
out
becoming
for it,
a thing, and I'm
that's
not
always
a fan.
tricky.
No one's a fan. I'm not. That's not an unpopular opinion. That's a really. If I was to say that was a Dick Cheney move, would that bypass the censors? Okay.
I think it'd be okay. I prefer Dick Tracy. That's a little better. I may have already bought that game in preparation, but that's just me. I'm a big Turtles fan, and I'm a big beat 'em up fan. So I'm excited for the DLC. More on that hopefully in weeks.
Hopefully.
All right, we're wrapping up soon, folks. We're going right into.
Yeah. Did anyone think when you turned on the podcast this week, and then you heard, "Oh, it's just X and L. This will be quick"? Did anyone think we'd still be going 90 minutes later? Because we're still going 90 minutes later.
I mean, I knew it.
That's true.
Both like to
I
talk,
guess we should have seen this coming. So, Grad Camp completions.
You get to go first.
That's me. Wonderful West, 100 completed games. Freaky Row, 350. Eliphalet, 450. Dude with the Face, 550. The Arya Dragon, also 550. Matriarch, 700. Ace, 700. Triple Triad, 777. 1050. RPG Davy, 1100. Mental Knight 5, 1800. Thrash Forever, 2,300, and Sangria's, a redonkulous 2,950 completed games. Nicely done, Sangria's, and everyone else as well. Streaks, RPG Davy.
But not 10-second Ninja.
Streaks, RPG Davy, 50 days.
I was just
Chesno, 150. Stega, 200. Surfbisk, 1,350. Unky Timfu, 2,400. Crew, 2,650. And Mad Eye Pad Eye, this one blows my mind. And I know there are longer streaks, and I don't say that to diminish it, but like 3,750, that's over 10 years. And I know I had the same exact thought every time, this one, but like, that's crazy dedication. That's 10 years. That's insane. Congrats.
Well,
why so?
His is way more impressive than mine. So I don't know if you remember this or not. His streak
I forgot.
Is starting a new game
cool.
every single day for the duration of his streak. Yeah. Yeah, so he has 3,750 days in a row of starting a new game. Yeah. There's so many games out there.
I mean, if they is me like 5 minutes ago.
No one says that. Bubba. In Gamerscore, Dan the Whale has reached 500,000. Sincere Seeker 6 has reached 500,000. Seamus McLimey, 550,000. Scaravesi, 750,000. Retro Chief, 900,000.
Welcome to the club.
Ooh, Jay Zarp has reached 1 million. You got to brag about these things and brag. Got to brag in brag camp, friendo, and let us know what you got that with. Chewy on Ice, 1.3 million.
Hey,
X the Hero, 1.3
he's pretty cool.
million. I know that guy. Nutty Ray, 1.4 million. And Inferno, 1.8 million. In leaderboards, Alicia
Party.
is third in the England TA leaderboard for Party. Johnny Delicious.
Yeah, for that,
Remember when Andrew
2 weeks
WK was
because of
big?
the one song.
Man. No, man, that was a big song. It was
Yeah.
like every video package of anything people put Party Hard. Johnny Delicious is the top 1,000 of the California TA leaderboard. Mick Thumbs, great name, top 10,000 of achievements completion percentage leaderboard. Rocker Dude is now second in the Tennessee TA leaderboard for skateboarding. What? Oh wait, I know. This is another game that just did what we just complained about. Skatebird, which is just awful.
At least it didn't come out with the DLC, like
DLC.
leaving Game Pass Thursday, new DLC Friday. Like Skatebird's been a year. That doesn't make it better, but at least it wasn't a very deliberate kind of move.
I want to say Rocker was actually the first person on TA to complete the original base game.
Actually,
he might have had early access. He did, but he was definitely first.
Solid.
And I just saw on my feed that he completed the DLC, so there you go. And he was 21st.
Well, wait, it's a title update. It's not paid DLC. It's a title update.
Can you go?
Yeah, I thought it was a paid DLC. Actually, sounds like you did too.
Oh, well, it's.
I mean, you have to buy the game.
I did,
it's
but
not
I guess
Game
it's kind
Pass
of a
anymore.
DLC because you have to buy the game.
Right.
Yes.
All right, that's
right. So it's kind of
less insulting.
It's kind of a
more.
I did not know that. Okay.
I don't know. I guess buy it now. If
How
they
much
do more
is that
title
game?
updates, then you get them all. It is not on
Do you have the price of that game up?
and it is $19.99. That's a $20 game for a 320 DLC title update that should take you between 30 and 60 minutes.
If it was a good game, it might be a little better. Sabin Rothschild is second in completed games leaderboard for strategy and turn-based, and Scaravesi is the top 10
fellow
of Pennsylvania
Pennsylvanian.
Achievements 1 leaderboard for simulation. And of course, the only good simulation game is Goat Simulator.
My favorite achievement in Goat Simulator, I don't think I've ever mentioned this,
obvious
is Goat Sim. To just stand in the field for 10 minutes. Just don't touch your controller in grass for 10 minutes. I love that. That's like super meta, and it cracks me up.
I hate when you accidentally jump in there and you have to like walk out. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a part in Goat Simulator where you cannot jump. You actually, when you go in there, you could only just stand there and walk slow, like a goat would.
Goat Sim. Come on, it's like even the name. Like, what else could they have called that?
That's
Goat Sim.
Goat Simulator. All right. Well, big shout out to X the Hero for joining me today. I really appreciate you coming on short notice like this, but we got the job done. We did Casper and
I appreciate it,
and the Moose proud.
Always a pleasure. And now we can say, or now we can't say that we've never recorded anything together. Here's our legacy, level 254. June 2023. History has been made.
Yeah, history has been made. Before you do whatever little countdown thing you're probably going to do, I give a big I'd like stealing.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to say rest in peace to the Iron Sheik. Big wrestling fan, and this is a guy who like after he retired, like made a name for himself, like, just randomly going on Howard Stern and ranting and just being a crazy guy. So I just wanted to say big ups to to the Iron Sheik Bubba. And
Well, it's not as
X, the floor
exciting
is
when
yours.
you sort of transition and lead me into it, but top three figures in my man cave. Number 3, Gardevoir. Number 2, Donut Girl, and
Oh,
number 1, Rem the Best Girl. Come on. Sorry, should I
what?
do it again? I'm not going to do it again.
This is a
You want to hear a
dirty
dirty
show this
joke?
week.
L fell in the mud,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
and it was like Jersey mud, so he probably has like
Oh,
tetanus or meningitis or something. Sorry, Jersey, but I'm not sorry. Anyway,
don't make fun of Jersey, even though
yeah.
Jersey smells better because of these,
Yeah,
fire.
follow us on
So,
Twitch, find us on Twitter,
yeah. On that note,
discord.io/AH101. We have a patron /Achievement Hunting 101. We're on YouTube /Achievement Hunting 101. Find us. We're on all of the usual places that one would expect to find a podcast. And YouTube, when we are also on YouTube.
and YouTube, your favorite. Oh. All right. Thank you for listening
See
to
ya.
Achievement Hunting 101, and class is dismissed. Goodbye.
Hello, once again, AH101. This is Neo21, also known as Nerdy Neo, and this is the May Year of the Vayner summary. So, first off, the Vayner of the month for June, for the few of you who may not have completed it while it was on Game Pass, is Gato Roboto. It was a pretty fun little micro Vayner. I think the estimated completion time is 6 to 8 hours. And the only achievement I remember being somewhat difficult is the speed run, which I believe is beat the game in under an hour, which can be pretty tricky if you do it legit. But I do remember that there is a glitch or a cheese, an exploit, whatever you want to call it, that allows you to use your little mech suit in small areas where you're not supposed to. And if you can pull off that glitch, it definitely helps speed up the speed run. It makes it much more easy, but you do have to do the glitch multiple times throughout the run. So if you are going for that method, definitely recommend getting familiar with that glitch before you attempt your speedrun. Alright, so for May, it was the second best month for completions we've had this year with 32 completions, behind February's 41 completions, both of which I'm pretty sure are due to BCM bonuses playing heavily in the favor of Vayners for those months. So thank you, Iron Fist. The Vayner of the Month for May was originally rolled as Escape from Tethys, but to end the curse of never getting picked, despite everyone constantly voting for it every month, I manually added Star Wars Fallen Order as an additional Vayner of the Month in honor of Star Wars Month. So for most completed games in the month, Escape from Tethys was the most completed game with 5 completions. Dandara and Last Case of Benedict Fox were tied in second with 3 completions each, and Fallen Order was in third with 2 completions. The gamers with the most completions, BenL72 led the month with 5 completions, Scarvese was in second with 4 completions, and a 5-way tie for third with 2 completions each between David Bodum, Jay Huns, Johnny Delicious, Mad Lefty, and Nightwolf. Some notable shoutouts for the month. While After Image still, for some reason, does not have the Vayner tag, which it definitely should, so it doesn't actually count for anything yet, but as soon as it does get the Vayner tag, it will. But J-Huns was the 11th on TA to complete After Image. Scarvese made number 1 in Vayner Gamerscore in the state of Pennsylvania, and also top 100 in Global Vayner Achievements 1. Iron Fist of Snuff is now second in completed Vayners in the state of Ohio, but he does have quite a long ways to overtake I Make Poop, who is in first place. And for the stats for the month, in first place was Scarvese with 14,434 TA. In second place was Eliphalet with 11,868 TA, and third was BenL72 with 8,697 TA. For gamer score earned in the month, Scarvese was also in first with 7,365. Eliphalet was in second with 3,280. And unsurprisingly, also Ben L72 again in third with 3,110 gamer score. And for achievements earned, in first place was Scarvese with 189. Good job, man. That is a lot for 1 month. In second was Ben L72 with 115, and David Bodum in third with 79. All right, well, that does it for the May Year of the Vayner summary. I'll be back to you again at the end of next month with the June summary and the midway point, the 6-month summary, to see where everyone stands. Catch you later.